My savages. Moneymane in the thing of a T and playing no games. Should already know my name when I speak NCC flame. Got my YouTube poppin', man. Like, subscribing, everything in between. You already know. Moneymane. Moneymane. You already know my savages. My savage. We're back with another video, but this time we on them stocks and we back on that grind because we always on time. But it is what it is. But before we get into it, you already know I need y'all to spend that like, give me the 200 like, subscribe, and share, and tell a friend about that money, man. You already know. And no, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just telling y'all what plays I'm on. Now we in these stocks, man. I'm telling y'all myself. I know I've been on that crypto. Depends on you watching this video. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, and share. But we've been talking about stocks for the longest, man. I mean, not stock, but crypto for the longest. You know, we shoot these things straight live, straight raw, straight savage. Now, getting into the stocks, man. This, I'll be honest, all my Caucasian brothers and different ethnic groups that watch my channel, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just going to talk to my skin folk right now, the African American community. We do not get taught the stock market or anything about investments when we are in school or younger. While our Caucasian brothers, they are invested from their great granddaddy. I ain't talking about they daddy. They great granddaddy. They invested that long. And I'm going to tell y'all why the racial wealth gap is so large. Is because of the blood that pumps the heart of the United States. It's the stock market, man. It's the stock market. What I say is, man, as African American black folk, why we don't put our money where the white man put his money at? The white man ain't put his money in places where he gonna lose money. He putting it where he gonna make money. So well, get what? I'm gonna put my money in where he put his money in. Get what I'm saying? Even if it's a little bit, man. But let's go ahead and get it. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. Investopedia, man. Y'all see this website right here? I found that website like last week. I know, probably a little bit too late, but I found that website last week, man. And some of y'all probably already know about it. Real True Savage. Link down in the description. You want to join the Discord? Shout out to the Discord. Link down in the description. You want to buy some merch? There it is right there. Boom, bye, bing. You know what I'm saying? Back to it. But I found this Investopedia last week. And they got everything you need on here to learn about the stock market, stocks, mutual funds. They got a dictionary where you can look up almost any word related to stock market or the stocks or anything investment wise. It's a dictionary and you just type it in and it probably will come up. And it has videos you can watch as while you read. And it has illustrations too, man, in the videos. So it's a teaching tool. Do your own research. You know what I'm saying? Do your own research. Because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling y'all what I'm doing. Now, the stock market, man, what we want to look at right now is the S&P 500. S&P 500 has 500 of the largest companies in the U.S. They track their movement. It's an index. They track their movement, and you can get in with an ETF. S&P 500 index. You can't invest straight into the index. You got to get an ETF. Exchange Traded Fund. And the SPY, S&P 500 ETF, is where you can do that. As y'all can see right now, it's at $357.63, depending on when you watch this video. I know at the weekend, depends on when you watching this video, but that's why I'm making it. Because you can get in Monday when the stock market opens. It's open from 9:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday, except for on holidays. Never open on the weekend like crypto. But I'm telling y'all, man, this is the perfect time to get in. Recession on the horizon. High inflation. Basis points being raised. And we're going to talk about that right now. You know what I'm saying? The feds. The Federal Reserve, they control the market. They are having a meeting on November 1st and 2nd. They will raise the interest rate 75 basis points. They say if we get to 100 basis points total before the end of the year, we in a hard recession. But we in the soft recession right now, to be for real. It depends on who you talk to and who you ask. But in my opinion, Kenny Gray, Stock Mo, and Stock Up with Larry Jones, they're who I watch. We in a soft recession right now. Now it all depends on what you want to do and how you want to invest in wet markets. But as far as just stocks and what stocks to pick, I can tell you which one I'm gonna get in if I'm not already in them, and I can tell you how to start. But like I said, I ain't no financial advisor. But November 1st and November 2nd is gonna be a critical moment where we find if the Feds raise the basis points 75 or they go ahead and jump to 100. That's what keeping the interest rates on credit cards, houses, 30-year mortgages went from 2% interest rate to 7 to 8%. Now think about that. You buying a house right now. A couple months ago, you could have got it for 2% interest. Now, with the high inflation, you got to pay 8% interest on a 30-year mortgage. Now your neighbor probably got it for 2%. Now you paying 8. You paying 8 times, well 6 times more than what your neighbor paying on interest. Come on now. But they don't teach you that, you know what I'm saying? But the S&P 500, man, like I said, that tracks the top 500 companies in the U.S. The largest companies in the U.S. Now we're gonna look at this chart right here. I like this little website I found a couple days ago. Microtrends.net. They got where you can see the S&P 500 all the way from when it first started back in 1957, I think it was. But we only went back 30 years. This is the 30-year chart we looking at right here, man. I want to explain to y'all these little gray areas right here that you see. These are recessions that we done had in the U.S. Recession. These gray, tall gray rectangles that go all the way up. So we looking back from 1992, 30 years ago, man. A year after I was born, man. Y'all do the math. Anyway, the S&P 500 was at $876. Now it's at $3,585. Just do that math. But at the peak, this been recently now. The peak, 4,768. 5,000, my fault. December 2021, 5,075. The S&P 500 was at its peak, all-time high now, in December 2021. Now, we about to go in another recession on the horizon, if you think that's what's going to happen. But I'm telling y'all, man, y'all see what I'm saying with the racial wealth gap. Black folk weren't thinking about investing back in 1992 and earlier. Think about, man, that generational wealth we could have made, or that person could have made if they would have got in, even in 2008, when that hard recession hit, when George W. Bush Jr. was the president. Until now, let's just say 2021 December at the top of the market, and you got out. Come on, man. Let's look at it right here. Year 2022. We down annual percentage change. We down almost 25% for the year, man. For the year. Now you tell me that ain't a recession. You tell me that ain't headed to a recession. We down 25% on the year in the S&P 500 index that measures the top 500 largest companies in the U.S. Now I'm gonna give y'all a little example right here. 2008, they were the last last hard recession we had. I know we had one in 2020, but that was because of that 19. But y'all see, we still finished with a 16% change, positive 16% change in the market, even in a time of crisis. But with a hard recession, 2008, we was down 38.49%. Now we only down 25, but the year still ain't over with. Depends on who watching this video. But the year still ain't over with. But we was down 38.49% in 2008, the hard recession. Now let's look at the following year. Depends on how long the recession lasts. Now that determines that too. Cause it could last a couple more months, a year. It could last all 2023. We don't know. But let's just say it doesn't, and we get a turnaround in 2023. As you can see, in 2009, it turned around, and the market went up 23.45%. S&P 500. 2010, another 13%. Now you got 37% gain off of that 1 year that you lost 38%. Now, if you got in at the lowest, if you did your research and you got in at the lowest, you would be up that whole 38% we lost. You'll be back almost to that 38% in 2 years, but your profit will be up at the same time, if you get what I'm saying, because you got in at the lowest point. You didn't get in at the highest point. You got in at the lowest point. So you will get the most profit from getting in at the lowest possible point. But can't nobody time the market. But the market been green ever since. Besides 2011, it really wasn't no change. But the market been going up ever since. Even though we took a little dip in 2015, but that wouldn't have made no difference. No big difference. But the market been green. The market been green for almost 12, 13 years, man. You made more money if you invested in 2008. You made more money in 13 years than just having a regular savings account by investing in the stock market, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. Now, the S&P 500, y'all want to know, it's an ETF. Like I said, you got to invest in it with an ETF. So these are some of the top companies, top 25 companies that's in there. You got Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Google, both Class A and Class C, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, United Health, Johnson & Johnson, Exxon Mobil. They're the top 10, you know what I'm saying? So if you would get a piece of that percentage, you see, Apple, 6.99%. That's how much percentage of that company you get for investing in this ETF. You get a piece of all these companies, just not one. Like if I just bought Apple stock, single Apple stock, I would just have that stock at that price. I wouldn't have all these other ones. But like I said, you get a percentage of all these companies. So if the market tanks, you won't lose as much. But also if it gains, you won't gain as much if you had each individual stock. If each individual stock goes up 20%, your ETF probably won't move up that whole 20% unless you got majority of all these stocks moving up that 20% at the same time. That's how the ETF works. But it's a safer play than having each individual stock. But then, like I said, man, we're going to talk about Apple right now. Looking at prediction of Apple. Depends on you watch the video. $138.39 right now. We ain't going to look at the chart. We're just going to look at the prediction right now because I want to show y'all the difference of holding. Even if you got in 2008 when it was at the lowest point in the hard recession. 13 years later, you almost should be a millionaire. It ain't no quick game now. It ain't no quick game. It's a long game now. It's a long game. It's a long game. Some stocks, it's a long game. So right now, the current price $138. From a year from now, depends on where it's in the video, is $178, $79. 5 years is $333. That they probably not even factoring in that Apple, all the rumors they saying about our Apple Car and all this other technology, they're gonna come out as we move along. That might change the price of this stock and other stocks and the world. Because you know, Apple, one of the top companies as far as being influential and innovative on new technology. So just think about that. But it's a good time to get in, man. It's a good time to get in if you ain't in. Support level 131. That's the third support level. The first support level 138 to 136. So we testing the first support level now. We testing it. We at 138. So if we go to 136, expect it to go down lower. But like I said, it's probably gonna go down lower regardless because of what the Fed they meeting. If they raise the basis points by 75, stock market going back down along with crypto. Just know that. But I can get more depth into it, man. I ain't want to keep y'all too long. I'm just telling y'all, man, it's a perfect time to become a millionaire. Get in while you can. Get in if you want to, you know what I'm saying? Real True Savages, y'all already know what it is. Stop playing with me.
My savages! Moneymane and the thing of a T and playing no games. Should I already know my name when I speak NCC flame. Got my YouTube poppin', man. Like, subscribe and everything in between. You already know